What up, what up, what up? What is happening right now? It's your boy. It's your boy, A-Nafa. We about to get lit, fam. So check it, guys. I have been on the biz out baller grind and just making sure that my live stream is up. So welcome anyone watching me, never heard of me. Name's Al Neferetti here from Atlanta, Georgia. I run Blend Logic. We have a reframe of our company called Consultants and Architects. I like the way that rings off the tongue. So I gotta drink some kombucha. That shit is so sour, man. But I wanted to let you guys know about, like, I've literally just been funnel hacking and just breaking down everything I've been learning so far. So if you're new to my brand, new to this stuff, basically what I do is I've just been in the digital market. I've been in like the marketing engineering standpoint from a long time, basically like over the past 10 years, just solutions oriented mindset. And a lot of times now I've focused on just basketball trainers because that's one of my earliest clients. And I'm finding just the same pattern. And I want to help you guys get past the pattern. I think a lot of times people just perhaps haven't, I don't know, 10-year plan, 15-year plan, because you got to know what you want to do before you could actually get the thing that you want. And so one of the biggest things I want to bring up is Peter Thiel's book, and he talks about this. It's like, how can I achieve my 10-year plan in the next 6 months? So if I set this up right, and you guys can check it out, there should be squiggly lines all over my face. Oh my gosh. There it goes. Oh no. Oh no, guys. Well, I guess the chroma key is kind of messed up. I will just do blue. So yeah, this is a cool thing I've been messing around with. Check that out, guys. Check that out. It's sick. We sick nasty here on the live stream. I'm about to get that Snapchat camera. I told you guys in the ballers group you could do that. Have some funny dog ears while I do these live streams. But yeah, how can you get your 10-year plan? Most people don't even have a 10-year plan and get it in 6 months. So Peter Thiel is the guy who founded like PayPal, worked with Elon Musk, has a shit ton of money, billionaire status. And I think that what most people need to do is just implement that idea, that mindset of being like, why wait? And what can I do now to get that? And so this is a double post, I guess you could say, from some of the stuff I've been doing. Because basically, it's like as I've been subjected, so to speak, to the billionaire mindset or the millionaire mindset, right? It started with, I just have to give credit where credit's due. My co-founder, Jim Schwebel, literally just threw me into the millionaire space. I was like, what the fuck? Like, is this how they actually think? And yeah, I got to meet like Chris Klaus, lots of billionaires, lots of millionaires here in the Atlanta circle. And one of the things that I think could help you guys, as you guys need to get this in your mindset or understand everything's in your mind, is just the simple fact that if you guys leverage social pressure enough, you'll realize that you are the weird one that doesn't know the fucking answers. And then as soon as you could let go of your ego and be like, oh snap, I'm a dummy, I'm a freaking dummy and I don't know anything, then that will literally excel your guys' life. So look, all this stuff I put out here with this screen and then like, what? Oh God. Guys, practice gratitude, reflect on blessings. I actually forgot I had that set up, but it's cool. It's on the live stream. So look, I should have this up. I'll move that later so I can do some other stuff. Yeah, let's just dive right in, because what I wanted to do was just literally break down the steps that where I am at so that you guys can, I 100% believe that seeing is believing. So most of you guys, you know, you see content, you see it broken down, and I haven't even given you like a real strategy. And the whole thing is really just, it's all mindset and also just seeing what someone does. So this is what I want to do. I'm going to take this A6000 camera, or this is the A6000 camera. This is the iPhone. And I just want to literally like break down how you can start doing what you want to do faster. Because when I saw like Instagram marketing back in 2012, I was working at a desk job, literally like, damn, is this it? Like, did I just fucking go to school for however long I went, 16 years, graduate engineer, and now I'm just going to be in a fucking cube all day? And it's like, you got to throw rocks, man. You got to throw rocks. Those of you who know what I'm doing or internet marketing, you just got to understand there's lots of different ways you can get paid. and I target a basketball group, but I have this passion for you know, just results. So let's take a look, man. So here you can see, this is what I do. I literally test out different strategies. So here in Instagram marketing, you could do like Apex Legends, heavy, PC gamers, and depending on what your market is, like here's quotes, you could get all of these, you could drive traffic to a system that sells. So I think one of the funniest things is a lot of times people are on this idea, so memes daily, right? They're on this idea that, you know, even coming from where I'm at, like I had to pivot my business so that I could, you know, keep up to date. And one of the things that most people, when they, here's one, like I want to show this, one of my business partners out in Vermont. So there's HubSpot telling me, so I need to fix this, because basically when you use HubSpot, you can track everything. He says, I'm really stuck on your question of replacing a receptionist or a sales team. Of course I want both of these, right? I just feel like they're an integral part of a business. So maybe you could help me figure that out. Right, so the point of me showing this is that I want you guys understanding just the journey, right? Everything is a journey of where you've been. So I remember when I was first starting, like even when I was a consultant, I was, whatever my bill rate was, I used to make like 6 figures doing BI for SAP and stuff like that. I was like, so I'm getting all this money. I understand that a percentage of my bill rate is going to the company. But how can I get more money? Like, not that I'm chasing money, but like, what's the difference between me and the people who are selling the projects that I'm working on, right? And I think the best idea that you guys can get into is, what is the difference between like me and the CEO? What is the difference between me and the CMO? What is the difference between me and the sales team, right? Because as you build your own business, there has to be a thing that as you build that lifestyle, a lot of it's going to come from setting up your business and setting up your business to scale and succeed. So a lot of times, you know, most people have these limiting beliefs that they can and cannot, you know, do the things that I do. Or in it also, like when you start executing, like really spending 8 hours a day to fucking crush it, or 10 hours a day, most people with lack of attention span and a lack of focus and a lack of adaptability, and also with the ego, they perceive that you can't do it, right? And that's why I think it's very important that you guys have to expand your social networks and expand the people that you connect with in person. I think every city has the rich people, and they'll fucking tell you how it is, right? Yes, they grind. Yes, they could focus for like 12 hours a day. Because there's this like epidemic that I think it's just really patterns of belief that you cannot do certain things. For example, one of the last things when I talked to Jim, I called him maybe like this last weekend. He's doing voice AI out in Boston. And he was just telling me, hey, I could program Java for like 18 hours a day, or like for 2 weeks at a time, just figure out what needs to be done for my software company and just do it. And then I was like, dang, 2 weeks at a time, that seems intense. That seems intense. And really what it is was, he told me, he said, well, actually, Alan, most people, this is very important. I think you guys I hope you guys are picking apart my strategy or picking apart the stories I'm telling. And I want you listen very carefully. He said, Alan, most people, when you say that you can do something that seems very extreme, it's actually just them not believing that they could do it themselves. Because I was like, dang, 18 hours a day programming Java, learning Python, building a software company that he's doing with voice AI. I was like, dang, man, maybe you don't want to burn out. Maybe that's too intense. You might burn out, bro. And then he just corrected me. It's like, no, bro. No, Alan. It's once you start getting into this mindset and this cycle of like, yo, it's time to just execute, then you start driving and building. And I think a lot of it doesn't happen until you really see the potential of what is possible. So let's dive into more concepts, because I have been on that grind. So a cool thing I want to show you guys is, let's just go into like how I scale my time, and I'll show you from a big picture. So if I go to my Blend Logic website, I use Microsoft Whiteboard to do the thing I was just showing you guys. I am live right now. So look, all I have to do is, this is the algorithm that, there's a lot of groups out there saying like, hey, how do you do this? How do you do that? Let me check if let's dive into more concepts. The meta. All right, so all I have to do is just share this on my page and on my post, and this is why you add to your timeline. Just be like, back at it again. And then let me just take this headline. I thought it was a really good headline. And just post this on my story here. So what's happening here is that I'm showing you guys how to scale videos in time. It's because essentially this, whenever I started this, well, you might as well share it in multiple, like if I wanted to, I have other groups. I don't want to post on other people's groups. But yeah, those are my 2 funnels. And then if I show you guys stream, restream, right? So basically what happens is you could just simply, what am I sharing right now? Right? I could show to Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook. And so what's the idea here between wanting to do that? So essentially, this is what was taught to me in where most people are at, and then I want to bring it for you guys in the basketball group because that's my target audience. It's basically, I've had a lot of consultations, and I also want to focus on my previous content that I've made. Is most of the time, you will have people, do white, cool, who, it's just a simple, the equation is most people, I've said this before and I couldn't find the old video, but essentially like time equals money, right? So as you trade time, you get an hourly rate, and you say, yo, for example, in consulting, my bill rate was $250 an hour, and then if I became a management consultant, it would jump up to like 500 and stuff like that. So it's like, okay, so to get more money, I have to put in more time. And some of you guys starting out your basketball business, I just ask you this very simple question. Like I asked Gabe in Game Time Elite, I said, yo, if we did Facebook and marketing and we got you 400 people, like we 10x your business, you're getting maybe like 30, 50 clients a month. What if we got 500, right? Can you even handle that? And most of the time, this is where you see businesses crack, is when they are focused on labor hours and manpower, they can't even handle an increase of marketing, right? So I'm talking about like, how can a basketball company scale so that he can handle 400 people at the same time, right? With his current, like, to me, you have to understand, you want to push people to get more clients or get more, let me move this. You want to push people to get more, this needs to go here. Just start stacking weight. It's like weightlifting, right? You don't want people to just be comfortable with where they're at, and you want to add pressure and encourage them to grow by just stacking on ideas. Or you know, if you do bench press, consider it like adding on another plate, right? No one wants to be lifting 135 for the rest of their life. They want to add on weight. They want to hit 2 plates. They want to hit 3 plates, right? And so when I say, yo, go get 400 people, what is stopping you from getting 400 people? A lot of times that's when you find the limiting beliefs or the false patterns in people's head where they're like, oh, well, I just can't do that. Like, it's not possible. Right? So in terms of basketball, 400 people basketball. So here's one of the problems with like doing it like this is, let's see if I could do this. Air server. I'm just going to use my air server. Let's just draw it out here. So again, this is the other camera. I guess if I wanted to, I could put in myself. Let me do this real quick, guys. I'm doing this on the fly. You can see how I use OBS. I want you guys understanding. Look at my old fucking videos. Do you think my tonality is different? Do you think my comfort, like most people, the thing that I wish I could really solve in people's mind is that realizing that this is why I target basketball players, is because most people need to understand or remember that as you have gotten better at like from crawling as a baby to walking to running, like you will get better as you spend more time doing stuff. So why I want to share that, let me do this real quick. 1 second, fam. I gotta share my A6000, add existing, boom. Let's put this down here. Cool. So let's just do this. I just did that on the fly. That's how fast you guys need to be able to execute, because I think a lot of times people are stuck in saying how fast you could go or how slow you could go. And dude, I just think about the song time after time where it's like, and if you listen to the lyrics, it's like, you say go slow, I fall behind. Like, that's it, dude. I don't know why I think about that. But look, like, don't allow, like, my best advice is learn about social conditioning, learn about ego, and I guess I was talking to my roommate about it. It's like called Freudian psychology, where it's like you operate because of certain, you know, I guess patterns of belief that are in your head of how fast or how much money you can make now. And so this is why, like, I want to break it down for basketball people, because I just love basketball is life. And I just want to break it down, like, for most businesses that I've consulted with and worked with, this is where they're typically at. They say, okay, I have whatever the business value ladder plan is, and it's mostly based on labor hours. I have one-on-one, and then I have group sessions. And the thing I want to bring out is, like, dude, why are none of these guys doing what, like, Jordan does or what DJ Sackman does? So let me bring this up. Like, let's just look at look. I think it's just, you need to plan to do it faster, because there's nothing like stopping you, right? Like, so like Jordan, right? He was in South Korea, and you see they're all connected, right? And if I bring up DJ Sackman, like, this guy's in Tel Aviv right now. Like, this sounds like a dope life to me, right? Look at him. Like, I think what people do is they see other people's, what their lifestyle is like, and then they, for some reason, have a belief that they couldn't do it themselves, right? They have these patterns that, like, oh, it's because he is, I don't know. Like, I used to be there, right? Like, I was there. Trust me, I know. Like, I've seen people at the gym, and I'm like, damn, Daniel, so lucky that they have, they got the better genetics than me, that they can, you know, build that muscle, and that I can't build that muscle, right? Or stuff along those lines. Or, damn, so lucky that they look better than me, or that they have, you know, they got that confidence. Switch to our new compact mode, sure. What the? So I'm trying to bring up the chat because I realize I don't have it up. Where is this? Yeah, I don't need it. I don't need it. Waiting for new chat messages. Boom, boom. Right, because in it, like, recognize that most people who are online digital marketing, like, I'm doing this at what, 12 p.m. on a Monday, and I'm just sharing with you guys how to make, I don't know, some of you are at making $1,000 a month. I want you making $10,000 a month. Some of you making $10,000 a month. I want you to make 100K, right? Because that, like, you might as well pace yourself or dictate your own tempo, right? So how can we scale a basketball company, right? Let's just do it. Let's just show the people, right? And then here you have, like, drop-in rates. So let's say most people are like, oh, drop into my thing. Oh, one-on-one's like $100. And then here it's the scaling where they're like, okay, I need to do 70, like $50. It has to be a better rate. And then if I do $50 and I have 4 people, oh, wow, I've made $200. I've made more money than what I was doing there. And let me just do that just so you guys can see. Right? So this is where most businesses get stuck in terms of labor. Like, this works. This is the same concept in, like, fitness, gyms, personal trainers, PT. And the reason that I'm saying this with such conviction and such confidence is because, like, I already did it for doctors, chiropractors, dentists, right? Like, the whole shit that you guys have seen, everyone sending targeted ads. Okay, chiropractor business, I'm going to scale your business, right? But it's the same concept. And that's the thing that most people don't understand. Even if you guys are doing your own digital marketing agency, is, well, if you guys are tired of chiropractors, or you guys are tired of, like, you know, not working with good business owners, then go find the people that you at least share a passion with, right? Get some kombucha going. All right, so in it, you have to recognize that people will not, like, as you start, like, one of the things that in Jordan's Trainer's Guide to Success that he talks about is that people, and even like the millionaires, I don't know, Chris Klaus kind of mentioned it, Jim talked about it. They just basically say, like, look, you have to keep doing work until people see you as an authority. And also you have to be doing stuff that people want to be doing, right? Like me making this stuff, it's, most people would be like, damn, like Alan's just in his room, doesn't seem that exciting. So I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to go bounce out from Atlanta and go travel the world again, because I already made that content. I just haven't edited it. So, right, you got to have times of like, okay, well, what do people like doing? I've been asking all these people around Atlantic Station. They're like, oh, I need to go travel. I need to do X, Y, Z. I was like, okay, I'm just going to go travel and I'm going to go record it. I'm going to keep making content, and I'm going to, because that's part of the business model. But that's how you like establish for your, like, you guys should all be trying, you basketball trainers should all be trying to be like DJ Sackman or like J-Law, right? Like you could go for what I Love Basketball is doing and have like 1 million followers, but do you want to be living his life? Like, just decide. Like, do you want to be in the gym all day? Like, cause I've had conversations with you guys, like Micah, David Nurse, he wants to travel. I mean, he is traveling. Drew Lasker, Game Time Elite. Right? Like I just think that most people are chasing a thing that they see everyone else doing instead of like taking a step back and being like, okay, what do I actually want to do? Like, even if I made all the money, even if I got all the clients, even if I scale all the businesses, and even if I got like the basic human needs down, like food, relationships, happiness, like what do I want to do? Because look, I'm not going to infer that I got everything, but I feel like my lifestyle's not that bad, right? I quit my corporate job so I could have freedom, right? Most people are not chasing freedom. They are solopreneurs, or I guess you could say even in the basketball industry, they own their business. They don't have a marketing team. They don't, right? They don't have a sales team. When I ask people like, hey, what is your sales process to close? They can't even show me any scripts they run. They don't even record any of it. So that's what I want to segue into. Someone messaged me. I'm just going to segue into this because I want to show, I did it before. It was in my Twitch, and then I want to show the Zoom. So a cool thing you could do is like have Zoom meetings. The second thing you could do is you could post them online. And so I'm going to show you like split testing and a difference between when I didn't close the particular consultation. So it was like maybe like a $3,000, $4,000 pitch. And then
you made my play down there.
Whoa. And then I want to show you the difference between that and what I did before, just so you guys can understand like split testing and how you could present sales or like running a script. Because basically when it comes down to it, everything's going to be numbers game, but it's also going to be having a system in place so that it's not just labor hours, and it's just you could scale basically. Because one of my someone who follows me, let me just bring it up, I thought it was really funny. He was just like, yo, how do you spend so much time? How do you post so much, right? Like people are what am I trying to say? Where is this dude? Active. How do you post this, Matt? How do you post so much on your story, right? And I've explained this concept. It's from Dan Fleshman. He basically says, look, if you're going to record a video on one thing, you might as well post it on other things. So when did I had a video where I sold a $2,000 website package in like 20 minutes. And I think it's on Blend Logic. Because I wanted to just break down that for you. I want to break that down for you. It's like, what was the difference, at least from my analytics or my thought process on it? And then just, yeah, just,
you can do
so you guys
things.
have perspective or reference points, right? The whole point of me sharing everything is so you have reference points so that you can say, well, if Alan's doing it, then it must be possible. And that, like, that's basically it. You have to believe in yourself. Like enthusiasm. I am sold myself. You have to believe that you can do it yourself before any of this will even matter. Like all the stuff I'm doing, because I was bought in, I guess I was bought in. I don't even remember how I got bought in. It was basically like Tony Robbins, his Awaken the Giant Within. He had a tape deck, and I listened to it. I was like, damn, this is really fucking good. And then that seed planted in my mind. Okay, so let's take a look at the difference between my closes. So I'm gonna bring that up. doing the Game Time Elite Solutions meeting. And let's bring that up too. God, I look like such a fuck. See, there's a lot of elements that I want to bring up, and this could be like, well, what the? That could be the difference. Okay, so in this one, this is with Maria. I kind of don't want to be looking. Yeah, it's okay. Let me see here. Let me create an output project. All right, so I said I had a feeling on this live stream that I was about to close this client because of all the touch points I had. So basically what that means is in HubSpot, in marketing, you have like certain touch points where it's like, okay, they say in marketing it's 12 touch points before you have a close. So I always track and use it to say, okay, am I going to add a point to say this guy's buying temperature is up? You can use HubSpot, you can use CRMs for that. There's a lot of software out there to do it. But in it, let's see here. Yeah, I'm gonna play this and then I'm gonna explain it further. So this one was a referral. So I think that has a lot of benefits. Oh, this isn't even the pitch. Where's my pitch? Well, this is the video of when I reviewed it. That's funny. Okay. Okay. Let me find it. Let me find it, fam. Consultation. I might not have it anymore. Anyways, so when I sold Mark My Roots, let me bring this up here. I sold a package deal to Mark My Roots as an offer. It was a 10K package, then I got a 20K sign, and essentially, I really want to show that, but to speak while I'm searching for it, like, and be multitasking, even though I shouldn't be multitasking, is the structure of that one was that I already had my Nussy software set up and I already had the content done. So one of the biggest takeaways you could have is even in this like freestyle thing that I'm doing right now, just as a live stream, understand the importance of preparation, right? And even though it's a bad example, I mean, you kind of, I hope you guys see that, like, I'm not just winging this. Like I have script, I'm like running off some of these ideas, right? Copywriting, breakdown, scripts, and all that stuff. Man, I really want to show that. When did I close Mark My Roots? Interesting. But anyways, okay, so I did the same pitch with Gabe from Game Time Elite. He has 30,000 followers plus, and you can check out his Instagram. He's got a shit ton of videos. And I bring him up because he was the last one, but I want you guys understanding this important part is that with him, you could just, I just feel like people just don't reverse engineer. They just don't, like, it's a natural human instinct to want to. So he has like 32,000 followers right now. So he's executing on some of the stuff that perhaps was taught to him by I Love Basketball and some of the videos that I've been putting out because I see him on Twitch. But basically what this is, if you look at all of these, this is done in clips. This is association bias. So you show like a authority lead, someone in the NBA, and then you could put your own content on top or break down NBA stuff. So as he's been consistent in his branding, like just as I'm scrolling down, like, you know, that is the situation. And then you kind of just do a split test and be like, okay, so he started getting 3,000 views here. He's been making content. And then like when the switch happened, I guess he just decided like, you know, you check out the market and see what they do. So I'm still looking for Mark My Roots because I want to show that meeting. Okay, so let me show you this. All right, so in the client, this is how I set up most of my structure is I say, okay, what are the login credentials, marketing materials, meeting notes? what are the stuff that we're gonna need. And I think this is how I find this so easily, is because you need to be organized and structured. Like if you guys aren't scaling your time, I'm just literally brain dumping so you guys can just get here faster, right? Like some people are like, Alan, what do you do? How do you do all this stuff? It's like, well, I saw in the consultant world what they did, and I know that I was getting paid that much, right? They were billing the client that much, and that gave me confidence to do it on the side, scale my agency, get 6 figures, go for bigger, right? Like go find business partners, go find more leads. So I think this is it. Because the first meeting I had, it was just a video replay, and then this is like stuff I had. And then I started getting more structured with like how I do my meetings, website hard launch. So I think this is the one where I sold them, hopefully. Otherwise, this is a bad example. Hey, Mariette.
Hey!
Proposal feedback. So yeah, what you guys should start doing is like having demo templates and then show people what they could do. Have this, like this whole whiteboard up, and I'm pretty sure this is the meeting where I closed them. Yeah. So I guess there's certain elements that could help you guys close, and I think the touch points is an important part. You should have a system in place where you know how many times you talk to someone, and then analyze and say, okay, so if I talk to someone like this many times, and do I think they're interested in my thing, then let me close them on that. Right, so here I was like a 1,400. It was basically just an upsell. If you guys don't know what like business value ladder plans are, I had like a $10,000. I guess the best thing I could do is show you the Nussy. Right, because everything will come down to mindset. I know I'm going into technical, but most people will not. They will filter themselves out because they cannot pay attention, and that's why I refuse when people say like, "Oh, Alan, you need to be making 1-minute videos." Like I can make 1-minute videos of this, but the point is it has to be more than just the 1-minute videos. I don't want people stuck in a loop, because I've seen what happens when I sell people. Yeah, so this is the $2,000 one, and if I just show you what the stack was, it was, yeah, this is the proposal thing, 2,000 to a services package, which would have a monthly recurring revenue of $500. And then I went up to 5,000 video editing, 70,000, and then I had the dream big offer. And so they signed on a verbal commitment that they would go up to the next one, and that is currently in the pipeline to see how that is going. Right, so man, this has just been a free video, but I hope that with just me showcasing it to you guys, you have to understand in marketing, sales, you just have to show congruence and confidence. Or like, even though this is a free flow structured content, and I'm just literally talking off the top of my head of stuff I had an idea of what I wanted to say, and then I'm showing you as I'm going through it. It's like, this is some of the stuff that you have to do for your business, right? So when I saw Jordan Lawley, it's like when he came to Atlanta, right, and probably still influences me to make content today. Where's the air server? Right, I was like 21, just a little kid, making 43K. And then Jordan had 80K followers and came to Atlanta. So here's Jordan with the b-ball basketball. And I remember he talks about in his Trainer's Guide to Success, and I model a lot of stuff of what I see other people doing. But essentially he said, yo, this is the thing that like stuck in my mind, was a really cool fucking thing, is he said, yo, I'm gonna hit you guys with 3 pump fakes. So he just pulled someone from the thing, from the camp. He said, I'm gonna hit you guys with 3 pump fakes. I'm not going to dribble the ball. I'm not even going to move. I'm gonna hit you with 3 pump fakes, and I'm gonna wet this shit in your eye. Like, he didn't cuss, but like that's what's congruent to me. And he was like, 1. He did a pump fake. The person jumped, and then he did like a little jab. And the person, like, for some reason, like, even though he literally told him he wasn't gonna move, the person backed up. I guess because he thought he was gonna drive or something, right? Which, even though he told him he wasn't going to, right? He still backed up. And then he did another pump fake, and then he was just like, "Yo, I told you I was gonna do 3 pump fakes. Why did you fall for that jab step? And and then you should only be falling for like putting your hand up when I'm doing the pump fake." But anyways, he just elevated and shot it and wet it, and I was like, damn, this guy's good, right? And in it, the whole time I was there, I was just like, man, like, what is it about Jordan that I could implement in my life, right? And so that started my basketball journey, or like taking it to the next level. I was like, damn, like all these NBA drills, all this skills, ladder drills, all these like weighted ball drills, all these like, I don't know, because I was familiar with it in team sports from lacrosse. So I think that's why when I focus on, like, technically I have a lead who does MMA, Benny out in California, a lead from CryoSpot. So I got to follow up with a lot of people. And in it also tell my sales team to do a better job. Basically, guys, you have to be, if you guys want to be in my opinion, I think a lot of people should just try to go for the lifestyle of J Law, DJ Sackman, all the people who get to travel. Because some of you guys I'm meeting and you're like, oh, I just want to do a business, which nothing's fine. Nothing is wrong with growing your camp or growing your business, and even getting a physical space. But I would highly recommend you guys check out some of the content I did on Florida roofing, because this is the story I want to tell, and I'll probably end the thing here. What is happening here? Let me bring up my Facebook. This business, it was actually, in my opinion, kind of sad, because this is I just see this happen a lot, and I wish people could kind of get some foresight. That's why I'm so passionate about making this content, because people just, in my opinion, they forget. I don't know. They don't study history, marketing, and then they get sold in this idea that it's like the physical location is what's going to make my business grow. Which, I mean, it's possible, but you need to be able to split test it. So where's this Florida roofing tips? And the only reason I show this is because I don't remember when I like hooked up with these people. They just kind of just let themselves go. Right, so this company, what is this whiteboard? Whoa, that's funny. So this company, Florida Roof Tips, this, I don't even remember his name, but he basically had a company and he said, yo, I'm gonna start doing like drop shipping of shirts. I'm gonna get inventory and I'm just gonna buy a shit ton of shirts and then I'm gonna sell them. And I was just like, what the fuck are you doing? Because basically he had all this stock and then he just believed so much in his idea. And I guess you could call it like ego. And it's just funny how the brain works to like want to be right or protect your idea. And I recognize that in myself and some of the stuff I do. It's like, that's why I go on live streams and I ask people like, hey, what am I doing that I could get better? Like, that's why I send surveys out. So there's a lot of systems in place that you guys need to start developing, not just on your business, but in your mind, that I think would really help you guys scale to the next level. It's basically this guy, so he had a roofing company, and then basically he's like, oh, but I want to switch it up and do drop shipping of shirts. And then when I came in contact with him and then in consulting, he was just like, I don't get it. They're not buying. I got some feedback and people said they would buy. And I was just like, dude, you're fucked, dude. Like, why did you spend so much money and now you're trying to sell inventory? Why don't you just do like drop shipping or do print on demand and then validate the design and the want, and then when people buy it, then you could just sell it, right? And that's stuff that people, it's like, I'll take accountability for that I did not push what the stuff I've learned faster earlier to people, because that's why I'm really passionate about making this content as soon as possible for the basketball community. Because some of you guys have had consultations, but it's like you want more clients, but do you actually want more clients? Because I've spoken with people who they're like, man, I spend all time at the gym, but I don't get to spend time with my family, or don't get to spend time, I don't know, doing the other things, which nothing's wrong with being a basketball trainer and spending time working on your kids. But I think an issue that perhaps you need to check yourself on is when you start getting on consultations with me, and that's like one of the things, like that's your life that you built up, and now you don't like it, right? Like you're like, oh man, I need to be out more traveling or XYZ, right? Because there's no way out besides fixing the problem, right? If you cannot sell and scale your business, then if you guys, some of you guys did this as a side business, quit your job. So now you're the CEO, you're a solopreneur, you're CEO, you're the marketing team, you're the janitor, you're the fucking, you write your own copy. Now you end up hating, like most of the time people I meet, when they hate their boss and they quit and then they do their own job, they are their own boss and now they hate themselves. And it's a funny like trap that people get into when they first start their side business. Because it's like, dude, well, stop hating yourself, start loving yourself, and do what you have to do to get better. Right? Because dude, if you don't like what you're doing, like, why are you still doing it? Why are you still doing it? All right, so I just want to make sure I covered some of the stuff that I wanted to hit. Like, dude, yeah, this is how you get out of time and money. Let me just circle back here. Right? Get out of the fucking trap of time for money. It's like inverse relationship. You say, oh, I need to spend more time. Oh, I have more money, but I don't have time. And introduce another element. And instead you say, yo, assets. Assets that don't, like, just put another thing in, right? Because basically I say, okay, I'm going to build assets. Like my digital marketing ballers group, like my YouTube channel, like, I don't know, my courses I've made. Like that's how I do all the shit I do now. When I started making baseline, some of you guys got in it. Now I charge like 500, now I charge 1,000. It's like, and I started doing book reviews, right? Even though the funny thing about it is, even though it's like, how do I best explain this concept? It's like there's an idea or a seed in people's mind that you have to go big time and be famous or XYZ before you can start making money. I'm just like, okay, but I will be the example of how you can make money and not do it, right? And even with what I have, like 1,000 followers, and I say all this shit because it's true. It's like, well, how do you think I still make this content, right? There's always going to be a crutch for you guys of like, oh, I need to have this X, blah, blah, like all this random stuff that you don't need, and just do it. All right, so what are my assets? I have a YouTube channel, IG, yeah, and how much time does it take for me to make this, right? So now I do a 1 hour stream or a 1 hour recording, and it maybe takes me 20 minutes to make 5 versions on Instagram. It takes me, another 20 minutes to repost it on Twitter, right? And then another, like, right? So maybe at most 2 hours a day, right? And then the thing fucking sells for me. Most people get to know my brand. They get to know me, right? It's just a win-win. Instead of me hopping on calls with people, like, think about what Tony Robbins had to do, make a tape deck. Right? What do you think this is? This is my fucking tape deck. This is my mixtape. Holla at your boy. I'm dropping my mixtape today, right? Because the mixtape can scale. It's infinite time. It's not even based on time. It's just a thing that exists. And then people trade that for money, right? So now if they want to they want to get to me, like my business value ladder plan, and this is what I'm just doing, right? It's based on other people's businesses, but I hope you kind of understand it. This is like, dude, if you, like, for Jordan charges $10,000 to go to his 30-day boot camp, right? So now I have boot camps, right? And I charge $15,000 because I will go to you, $15K. I will go to your city, and either my brother will post up, or I'll just fucking go myself, and I will show you all the analytics, and I will break down your business, and I will say, yo, it's not the fucking economy, right? Like, this is the thing that when Gabe, I wish I said this to him, but if you watch this content, Toby, he was like, oh, well, I don't have people at my clinic right now because school's in session, right? Because school's in session. It's the same thing that people are like, oh, because the economy is bad. That's why I don't have XYZ. And it's like, no, bro. It's because if we take a look at your marketing, right? You don't have funnels. You don't have tracking. You don't even record. Like, I'm not throwing rocks at it. I'm just pointing out facts, right? And a lot of people in the same thing still tell me the same stuff. I was like, yo, what's your customer acquisition model? What is your XYZ? And let me follow up with this lead. So basically people don't know, right? 1 second. So look, this is a fucking lead. This he might be in this group. I mean, I don't. Eastern time. So this is, I mean, I don't care if you see this. Basically, I have that promotions, and in the promotions, I say like, okay, so I charge $250 an hour for my consultations, right? That could be my tripwire, and then I go up to like high tickets, like 2,000. So I say, okay, cool. That typically falls, just be like, that is outside the range of my free meetings, consultations on my promotion. But I'll send you a calendar link so we can hop on a quick call, maybe 20 minutes, and plan for a full consultation, right? So what that would mean is like, okay, so I don't like just spend an hour. Like, you have to understand in the touch point, what would it be for me to, I guess the ROI you could say of working for free is like, well, now I have it recorded. Now I can make videos of it. You guys have seen my videos of me working with Brett, of me working with Gabe. And so it just builds social proof and stuff like that. So, and then I say, this is how I funnel people to the live stream. Just posted you on it. Yeah, that's the idea, right? Like, of course I'm gonna try and sell. Of course I'm gonna, like, there's stuff that people want as you put yourself out there that people would pay money for. And if they don't want to pay money for it, then they don't want to be what they're doing, right? You're trying to find people who have the same mentality as you. In that, I mean, look, I don't think there's any reason why someone couldn't do this exact setup that I have right now and do it for basketball, right? Like, where are the basketball, right? Where are the hoopers who are making content like this, explaining basketball concepts, explaining 5v5 drills, right? Where are the 5v5 drills? How do you fill the lanes, right? Here's a basketball court. How do you do a 3-on-2 fast break? Where are you guys, right? What am I actually doing? I just have a fucking iPad and a pencil, right? Like, go get a piece of paper and go draw it out. But people will not test, because most humans in the psychology, as the brain's hardwired to do, is to be like, yo, like, I only want to do it if it's guaranteed results. And just, it's like, how do I explain this? Like, there's a lot of studies about levels of happiness that you could get, which is how you're hardwired, like, before the society has said, oh, let's do corporate life, where it's like, dude, you're actually much happier if you don't get dopamine spikes until, like, you do a whole long shit, right? Or, like, not taking a dump. But, like, basically what I mean by that is, dude, if you make, let's say I spent 3 months making a product, baseline, or now digital marketing ballers group, and then it becomes marketing after I make that asset. Remember I said time, money, asset, right? So now that I make the asset, now I just go on a marketing push. The thing's already done, right? And so everything depends on if I make 6 figures, 7 figures, $1 million or not. All depends on my marketing, right? So that is what you have, in my opinion, what I learned from the millionaires and billionaires, like Chris Klaus, Jim Schwebel, and then all the people online, Lewis Hughes, just, you name it, I've fucking read their shit. Is basically, yeah, your asset that you made depends on how well you could sell. So you'll always have to know how to sell. You always have to know how to set up systems. You always have to know how to follow up, right? If you guys aren't handling the stuff that you need to be handling, you guys aren't gonna make it. Just straight up, like, you have to get better at video. If you guys aren't making videos, like, just I want you to think about like what your life could have been like if you just decided to make videos. There's so many people I've talked to. I said, yo, videos, where are your videos? Where's the content on it? And the point is that people get to a level of complacency where it's hard to break out of that complacency, right? And I'm just telling, like, do whatever you have to fucking do. What I do is I said, like, yo, I'm a piece of fucking shit, have negative self-talk, even though they say in meditation not to do that, because it creates a polarization between where I am and where I want to be, right? If I think I'm close to where I want to be, like, here's my goal, and I think, oh, I'm so close, right? There's no attraction or pull to fucking work harder. But if I say, oh, actually, I'm not here, I'm actually like way back here, I'm like, oh shit, time to fucking get in gear, right? So you guys need that shit. 50 minutes long, enough ready. Yeah, guys, I don't even know what I said. How to get your things faster is get mentors. Start really thinking about what your life would be at the end of your days, right? Like when you're fucking about to die. Like, are you going to be chill with what you like doing? And another good question I want to ask you guys is like, dude, I was talking to my roommate about this. Like, do you actually need a vacation from your job? Like, that was brought up to me like 6 years ago. It's like, why do people need CTO? It's like, oh, because we need to break and blah, blah, blah. And it's not that nothing's wrong with that. But it's when I was in that space for 5 years, programmer, analyst, consultant, manager, senior consultant, whatever I made it, right? I mean, like, I progressed, right? It was just like the people I talked to, the people that were under me, what do they call them in corporate life? Like direct reports. I was just asking them, I said, like, yo, what do you want to be doing? Like, what's your goal? Like, why are you even working? And they're just like, oh, I just want to, it's what they say to do. I'm going to get the house. I'm going to get the thing. I'm just like, but what about everyone else who gets to travel, who gets to do this, do that? Yeah, it's just a belief that they don't think it's in it for them, right? I want to do everything in my power to just become a master at making you guys believe in yourself. Like, that's, I'm just inspired by Tony Robbins, inspired by Gary Vee, because it's like, dude, there's nothing that he's doing that I can't do. And then just watch me do it as I spend time doing it, right? Like, I've already figured out the money thing. I've already figured out the technology systems. I already figured out how to scale, right? It's just the pyramid thing, right? Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Like, just figure it out and try to get self-actualization. That's my best tips I could tell for you guys, is do things that feel congruent to you and your mindset that will make you take it to the next level, right? So, Alan, that's ready. Hope you guys enjoyed. I've been doing like some of this split test stuff, and the beauty about it is I can do this from anywhere. So you're about to see me just travel the country, guys. Like, give me a couple months. I'm about to fucking go lit. Peace out, guys.